One of the big things that was hard for me to really dive into, I didn't even know how to approach the situation with God in even in sobriety. I was kind of taught one way of thinking about God or one way of viewing God as a whole, and it's well known on the show, the people that listen, but having the ability to navigate and like try different areas with a higher power, so that I could grow spiritually was super important. And it was a huge game changer for me, going to meetings and hearing other people talk about their personal God, their lack of a personal God, and their journey towards a personal God was something that I absolutely needed. And it was something that put me in a place to where I was able to let go of God completely for a while and like take a different perspective on recovery and life in general. And so like one of the big things that I like to share as far as a game changer for me is my journey of spirituality and a higher power,
Yeah.
Because that was, and it still is a huge part of the recovery movement. Like it's so big in recovery, one of the things that we always suggest and you hear people talking about is you need this higher power thing, right?
Yeah.
And so coming to an understanding of a power greater than myself, in that struggle, is huge for me. And one of the game changers for me was I was at a meeting and, I don't know, I was probably 4 or 5 years sober at the time. And this dude was in there and I think he has over 20 years of sobriety, and he was just chopping it up and he was talking about his family. And, he was sharing that his family was like giving him some grief about not going to church and not being a part of the family tradition and like not showing up and all that stuff. And so he was talking to him and he was just kind of fed up with them grinding him about it, which family cares, right?
Yeah.
When you have a strong belief that something bad might happen to your child because he's not acting appropriately in the eyes of God, like it's pretty scary, I'm sure, And so his family's grinding on him, and he's like, you know what, you guys, you need to back the fuck off of me. Here's the thing. I am not a Christian. I appreciate your concern, but if you don't leave me alone, then I'm going to have to do something else with my life. And it was the first time that I had ever heard anybody put it into context like that. You know what? I'm not a Christian. And I was raised in the Christian faith, and a lot of people are, but I'm not a Christian, And I didn't know that was something that I could do. And because of him saying that out loud, it resonated with me in a way that opened me up to be able to explore higher power in a different perspective.
Right.
It was a game changer for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and that's something that for you, like to go into it a little bit further, like for you, it has continued to evolve and shape, and like your journey with it has been very interesting just to watch from my perspective over the last 2 or 3 years. What has continued to evolve and change as you remain open and willing and everything like that. Like I really appreciate being able to see that and to see your experience with it.